Well, yeah. For those of you who don't know, it was an interview with Nick Robinson and Ty Simpkins. I'm fucking losing it, man. Those pictures in the background. I've got to shut my phone down.
Oh God! I'm not looking at him. I'm not looking at him until we're finished.
Hello everyone, welcome to a Jurassic Cast webisode. My name is Sam. With me is Jack. Hello Jack.
Hello, hello.
Ross.
Hello.
And Tim.
Hey.
Holy shit, Tim's with us.
If you can hear like a humming or something like that in the background, that's Tim. He's calling us from the road. So yeah.
I am literally on the go.
Yeah. So what do we want to discuss in this short time we all have together?
All right, let's get this out of the way. There was a video come out in June of this year, an interview with Nick Robinson and Ty Simpkins, and they talked about the animatronic Apatosaurus in Jurassic World. And Nick Robinson dropped a bit of information where he said Colin Trevorrow said that they were probably looking at the last animatronic in the franchise. Now, this could be some offhand comment, by Colin making a joke about it, not necessarily being serious, but the fandom took this little thing very seriously, and everyone's been going, oh no, there's no animatronics in the rest of the franchise, when really there's no reason to worry at all, because it's not really news, because it came out, this interview came out a day or so before the actual film was released, and by the sound of things, what Colin said was said on set when they were filming it, so it was like, they haven't even begun writing the Jurassic World sequel yet, so things could change in the next 3 years, so there's nothing to worry about. There you go. There's your news.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Done.
Yeah. As we said before, there's been no final script, no pre-production meetings, nothing to say what's needed, what's not needed, etc. From the information that they're apparently going by, this is going back a year and a half, It's just, they didn't know what the reception was going to be for the film or anything, so you don't know, do you?
No.
You always get rumours like flying around really early on when the films get announced, like people just can't help themselves because they've got nothing else to go on. So they're like, shit, this is a tiny shred of information, let's totally blow it out of proportion.
Well, at that point of production, they could have been like, this could be the last Jurassic World movie, this could be the last animatronic dinosaur, Yeah,
literally the last one. I mean, do you know when they filmed that scene? Was that like, this is again a bit of speculation, I guess, but was that scene chronologically filmed like last, or was it very early on, or?
I have no idea.
Because it can, for example, it's a bit of a stretch, but if it was like chronologically the last scene they filmed, then you could say like, this is the last animatronic, but just meaning like that's the last one they're going to make for that particular film, which is quite a poignant moment, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd be guessing that the scene was filmed earlier on, if it was on Hawaii.
Ah, okay.
It must have been done early on then.
Yeah, somewhere in the first half of the filming.
Yeah, so it is really non-news, but
Well, it's not even that. Like Colin tweeted today, didn't he? Someone had tweeted him saying, "Why no animatronics?" and he replied saying, "Where do you guys get this stuff?" So, even he was shocked by the fact that people were going, "Why are you not choosing animatronics?" So, there's nothing to worry about. For animatronic lovers, unless they actually go, here's an official announcement, we're not going to have any animatronics in the next film.
Well, it's like the whole feathers
happens,
thing, didn't he? He announced that quite earlier on when people were asking him. He was just like, no feathers.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
I think it's also important that if you're gonna have an animatronic anyway, it probably has to be done right. I mean, I would rather CGI over a badly done animatronic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a no-brainer. And I think the last time that we really saw an animatronic properly was in Jurassic Park 3, and I wasn't overly sold with the Spinosaurus during the daylight plane crash scene.
I think the most convincing animatronics in Jurassic Park 3 were the T-Rex and the baby pteranodons.
Yeah.
I think every time people were moaning on Twitter, like they were like, "Oh fuck CGI, all about animatronics, they were amazing." Yeah, I think I just a couple of times just replied with that scene of the aeroplane, with the Spinosaurus. It's just like poking its rubber head in.
Yeah. The thing is, the animatronic itself was the most complicated and well-built animatronic Stan Winston Studios had ever built. The problem was it was just filmed badly. I think it just didn't. Even the CGI Spinosaurus just didn't look good. It just doesn't look like a good dinosaur on film. I've been thinking about this more and more recently. Like, I don't really understand the whole CGI animatronic argument anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, for me personally, I don't care how they get the dinosaur on screen. Like, mainly because I'm not a CGI artist. I'm not an animatronic builder. And have you just seen the picture I said?
If anyone is wondering why we laugh every day, we're every day.
Silly faces while we record this.
Yeah.
The way we entertain ourselves. What was I going to say?
Yeah.
I'm not a CGI artist, and I'm not a builder of animatronics by any stretch of the imagination. So I have respect for anyone who can do something that I can't. So even like the Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3, I like because I'm like, well, I can't do that. So, whatever whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it in previous episodes. The Indominus poking his head at, like, sniffing out Chris Pratt, and like the
I can hear Ross really swinging his phone out.
the Indominus sniffing under the truck for Chris Pratt, and even the raptor head, in the clamp sort of thing, if you wouldn't have told, if I wasn't told they were CGI, and obviously the layered CGI, I would have thought they were, animatronics. I just want a good movie at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck how they make it, just as long as it's good.
If anyone's, I mean, it's always sad if, like, let's say they do go the route all CGI, right? It's always sad when, like, a tool is getting sort of left in the dust. Like, stop motion isn't as prevalent as it once was. It is always sad when you see, like, someone, an area of expertise is sort of dying out as, like, a main art form for something that's, quote unquote better. It is always sad. So if they do go all CGI, everyone will be like, oh, it would be nice to have some animatronics, somewhere else. But, things change. But I liked Jurassic World. I loved it. And I only had one animatronic in. If that animatronic was actually CGI, the film wouldn't be any different, like, in terms of story or anything. And I would still love it as much as I love it now, Well,
that's the thing, like, The Lost World is amazing.
Your head looks like a little Sam in that picture.
Like a monkey.
Yeah. The Lost World is, like, amazing and that, but even I can see that the baby Stegosaurus, when Sarah Hardin's touching it, apart from its moving head, it looks like a plastic doll,
Yeah, it's the box put there, like.
Just painted a Rice Krispies.
Sam. Was that you complaining about The Lost World?
That was a minor criticism, I'd say.
I'll edit that out and text me and saying Jurassic World.
Well, I really thought with The Lost World that The Lost World was great, and,
Yeah.
The thing at the end of the day that I don't really understand is, like, with the argument that I've seen quite a few people post is like, I can tell it's CGI. Like, for example, like the raptor heads in the harnesses, like people say, I can tell it's CGI. But if it was an animatronic, wouldn't they just say, I can tell it's an animatronic?
Yeah, they'd be saying, wouldn't this look better in CG? That's the thing.
They
People
wouldn't say that, but I don't know where the argument is different, because if you can tell how the effect is done, doesn't that sort of invite you into the movie making process anyway? Like, regardless of where that process comes.
Yeah, exactly. It's you need a medium to tell the story, and just because you can tell what that medium is doesn't mean that you're like using it incorrectly. Like you say, even if it's CG, people would think, oh, I can see the CG, but also if you used practical, they'd say, oh, I can see it's practical animatronics.
I don't understand why one gets more praise than another, because 9 times out of 10, from what I can understand, the people who complain about CGI don't know how to do CGI. So I don't complain about animatronics because I don't know how to do animatronics, and I don't complain about CGI because I don't know how to make CGI happen. But I don't know how to do it. I have respect for the people who do, no matter even if the CGI is considered crap to other CGI. Like, still better than what I can do.
Yeah.
We lost Tim, by the way.
Oh, did we? Oh.
Yeah, he fell asleep.
Sleep behind the wheel again.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't think we have gone over it. I think we went over it in the last episode, didn't we? The last webisode.
What did we go over?
The CGI versus animatronics debate.
Yeah. I mean, it always crops up, doesn't it? It always will with Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Anyway,
let's brush over a few of these questions before we wrap up. One was Rob Johnson Music. He says, how about the Jeff Goldblum Curry's PC World adverts are currently the best thing on British TV?
My God.
Oh, yeah.
100% agree with him there.
Yes. Holy shit.
We all watched it just before. That was Tim. That was the message from Tim making that noise. Yeah, no, we all watched the Jeff Goldblum advert before coming on. It was really awesome.
Yeah.
My Skype dropped out because all of your pictures were downloading. Bloody hell.
By the way, I think when this episode goes up, we should put all the pictures with it.
What, at the end of the episode?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, no, why not?
I got another question. I'm not going to answer all of them because one of them is Signs of Life print us. Can we confirm what Nick Robinson said about the animatronics is not true? It makes no sense. We can't confirm if it's not true, but we can say you shouldn't worry because it's pretty much non-news at this time. So we've already answered that question. James Hawkins, a classic listener, has asked, if it went to the mainland in the plot, how would you feel about a raptor pack taking on a lion pride for territory? Plus, what do you think in the outcome opinion?
Well, I personally, I don't know. I think they'd find it hard to kind of get that scene in believably. I guess you could have it, like kind of synthesized nature versus like real nature, like the dinosaurs start finding ways to slip back into the kind of food chain and that sort of thing. But I would find it I find it hard to think how they'd managed to get that scene working in the film. But then again, we saw
Chris Pratt and a motorcycle.
Exactly, yeah, that's
Velociraptors. So I think,
But the main question is, guys, who would you think would win? A pack of raptors or a pride of lions?
Raptors.
Yeah, I think raptors.
Well, we don't. Yeah, I mean, it depends on how the script goes. But you'd be thinking that the raptors would win, but stranger things have happened.
No, that's fair enough.
I'm on raptors because in all honesty, I think I prefer dinosaurs too. I prefer extinct dead animals to animals that are alive and going well today. So I should be really respecting the lions because they're here. But yeah, I the Raptors would win. And I got one more question here.
Yeah.
Sammy, I'm going to try and pronounce his last name, but I've had a couple of gins.
Aruba.
Aluba. Yeah, this is Doom Rules from ABP Galaxy, for those of you who actually want to know who he really is. Do you guys think we'll ever see scientifically accurate dinosaurs in a Jurassic Park movie? And yes, the answer.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
I think so.
Because
to be
I
honest, we'll never ever know 100% what they look like. You know, we don't know what color they are. They could be, a luminous pink, a luminous orange. You know, you don't know.
There are a couple of dinosaur species that they have managed to colorize.
What?
On
what?
They just. Oh, I can't get into the science of it now, Sam. I read.
If I remember rightly, I think like the fossils have like imprints of the pigment, like actual molecules in like some of the stuff.
They found.
So they know what color.
Yeah, or that like a different kind of mineral formed in the darker parts of like I think it was an Archaeopteryx on this plumage.
Yeah, it was like black, white, and red or something. It looked like
something like that,
like a meerkat or something. Not a meerkat. What am I talking about? A bloomin' ring-tailed lemur or something. Yeah, but no, I think we'll the next film we might see feathers on something. Like I can imagine them breaking that ground because But the reason I think they weren't doing that sort of Jurassic World is because it's part of the Jurassic Park franchise. It's been away for 14 years. You want to bring the franchise back, but you don't want to scare away all the diehard fans who grew up with the previous 3 films. And now they can sort of start to introduce it without sort of ruining the return of Jurassic Park in a way.
Well,
but I
would also argue...
Go on, Tim.
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say that if the premise in the upcoming films is indeed about dinosaur code being open source, you may very well have InGen versus another company, the company that wants to put feathers on dinosaurs.
There you go.
And they could use the divided fan base as source material for the new film.
Exactly. How crazy would that be? And it might be a case of feathered versus non-feathered, and which is better?
God, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. No, that's
then you'd get fucking like Twilight T-shirts where it had like Team Edward and Team Team Feathers and Team whatever. Oh,
it'd be like the T-Rex standing off against Big Bird out of fucking Sesame Street.
And then you see the guy underneath like, screaming.
People getting pissed off because Big Bird's CGI.
I remember the days when Big Bird was a guy in a suit, not the CGI.
Yeah, those days are long gone, my friend.
I would
decided it many years ago.
I would argue that we've already got scientifically accurate dinosaurs in Jurassic Park because they're genetically engineered with other animal DNA put in, and that's what they look like. They're genetically modified animals and fictional
theme park monsters.
Do you honestly think it's going to delve that deep into sort of like the science of it all? Because I mean, as I said in the last webisode, at the end of the day, this is a family/kids film. It's not Prometheus or anything like that,
But then in the first film, you think it's not a particularly.
It was a different time, though, wasn't it? It's a different time. There's a lot of science in a lot of like the family films of like the 80s and the early 90s. There is a lot of science and there is a lot of story. Things change now. I can't imagine. Like my kids will sit at home and watch Jurassic Park, but I don't think they would have been as entertained as me if they had never seen Jurassic Park, the first one ever, and I took them to the cinema to see it. They would no way have been entertained as they were with Jurassic World.
I don't necessarily think it's just that, because Jurassic World has some scientific stuff in it that kids might not necessarily get. Chromatophores in fucking cuttlefish and stuff. Like, they're not going to know what a chromatophore is or anything.
It was only
I don't even know what a chromatophore
briefly.
is myself. Well, no, it was brushed over briefly, but if you listen to the dialogue in Jurassic Park, the actors pull it off and they make themselves sound smarter than the dialogue necessarily really is. And it's one of those things where, like, you're right. The next film is going to be a family movie because Jurassic Park's always been a family.
It's
family
basically
movie.
going to be not more of the same, but the formula behind it. You know.
Yeah,
They're not going to be right. We're going to follow it up with a 45-minute opening scene talking about open source, genetics and things
big
like
birds.
that. Yeah, and fucking having Wu in a lab and fucking things like that, and courtroom drama and stuff like that. It's gonna have to be to keep the momentum going. You got to think
smartness will come from the intelligence behind it will come from like the smartness. The intelligence will come from
the smart.
What Tim said. It's that gin man, I'll tell you. It's from what Tim said. Like it could be like the premise of how it comes to make scientifically accurate dinosaurs versus one that doesn't. Like you don't need to go into the complete science of it to show what dinosaurs were really like and have a few characters make some quips about like, oh, they were more like this, blah blah blah, and like some sort of quick dialogue that brushes over the science but sort of gives you the message instantly.
Yeah.
So it could be that way because that's how the Jurassic Park films are always built.
Yeah. Well, we don't know.
Yes.
But the T-Rex in Jurassic Park actually is one of the most, or if not the most scientifically accurate dinosaur in the Jurassic Park franchise, and still is. Because there's no proof that they had all feathers on them at all.
No.
It's a theory.
That is true.
Theory. And also,
that is...
I was just going to say there's a picture online of the different T-Rex skulls they cross the world, and they've all got different shapes. But like the skull, you could imagine muscle and skin on it, and it would actually look like the Jurassic Park T-Rex if it had. You could imagine it actually looking like it in some form.
They say like blah blah blah. Some fossil, like they found like not fossilized feathers, but like the imprints on like the fossils and things like that. But it's like I've seen some women with full-on sideburns and moustaches. It doesn't mean that all women have got that, Mutton chops.
It's so true, though. Like the amount of abnormalities we see in our own species, and like if someone was digging up like the fossils of humans in years to come, they would never guess what we'd look like. So funny.
Yeah, it's basically a lot of it is
the
like
thing, like everyone. Go on.
What's that? Oh no, that's cool. Go on.
I was just going to say, like, everyone expects dinosaurs to kind of just look this certain way, but they wouldn't. Like, they'd all look different in their own subspecies. Like, look at dogs.
Yeah, I mean, like, think like, like regional variations and stuff. Like, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be, like, so you think how long dinosaurs were around for, and you got to think, like, obviously, a lot of them would evolve into different species, but then you got to think about the ones that would like, kind of, just be like a different in like kind of color, or like only a slight difference as the same species, but like breeds of dog in a way. Obviously not as extreme as that, but like little differences between different populations.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, who knows?
Anyone got anything else?
No, I'm all good. All good for now.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, Tim.
No, all good.
Tim?
It's been a pleasure, gentlemen.
As always, Timothy.
You've been asleep for a while, Tim. You didn't dream anything interesting you want to talk about?
Oh,
Does coffee help?
No, I'll keep that.
You just slept. You just slept for that long. Deep sleep. Nothing. Woke up. You woke up halfway through driving and was just like, "What the hell?"
I woke up to this podcast and I'm like, what the hell?
What have I been saying?
All
right, boys.
All right.
Right. Cheerio then.
Cheerio. Have a good day, Tim. Don't kill anyone.
Thanks. Sweet dreams, peoples.
Good night, boy.
Good night.
Slap the sausage. Well, shit, I better shut up now. I'm at the hospital.
You gotta be a good boy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I gotta be a good boy now. I've got to hang up the call.
Slap the sausage. Can any of you guys hear me? And no one said anything, and then you asked me what that picture was like. Loving the beard. That doesn't even look like you.
I know. I was so amazed by it, man. I definitely think that is the most hideous picture I've ever done. Check.
Ross's nude portrait.
Yeah, it was just a family photo. Jack, try and do.
Yeah.
Do you remember the goldfish face?
Oh, I've already sent you a goldfish face. It should be landing in the group any second now.
I'm so excited. I think we should give one to the group so they can see just how it's done.
This simple recorder is very simple. It doesn't have any preferences.
Just gives you one word answers.
You click preferences, and it like
It's just me, myself, and I.
God, Jack, that fucking picture. You look like an alien. Fucking hell. Oh, Jesus.
oh, here we go. Right.
What the fuck is that?
The goldfish face.
Put the camera like as high up as face where you can see it, and then just look, Ross. You got to look right up. Like put the camera as far up as you can.
But you have to look past the camera so you go really boss-eyed.
All right. I'm gonna do onto the Jurassic Cast one. So you gotta place the camera as far up as you can. So look up. But then instead of looking at the camera, Ross, you have to look above the camera, even though the camera's already above you. And then you go bossy. Oh, this is hideous. This is absolutely grotesque.
I'm so excited to see it. Oh, fucking hell. You look like oh, Jesus.
What the fuck?
I have absolutely no idea what's going on right now.
Mute my mic. Tim, there's a mountain of gold waiting for you on your phone.
There's a what?
I don't know what it is, but the fucking shirt makes it 10 times better.
This little green polo. Yeah, Yeah, Ross, when you do the next one, put the camera above your head. Look up, right? Put your bottom lip out in some grotesque form, but then look above the camera. Try and camera and then look above it, and then that makes your eyes go really fat. That's how I do it.
It's the stripy vest as well.
It makes it look like your head is as big as your chest.
Oh my god.